I had a thought earlier today, and it just came back to me. I find it hilarious. Now, first I must add, I'm not bashing religion or anyone's spirituality, anything in that regard. Okay, I'm just theorizing things. I like to question things. It doesn't mean I'm disliking or liking anything. No emotion behind it. I'm trying to be as void of as much emotion when I say this. I wonder, because when you think about language, was us speaking, did that actually make us stupider? We already spoke. We already knew how to communicate. Now, this is me theorizing, right? Then all of a sudden there's the story in the Bible of the snake teaching us how to talk. A snake that talked. So if the snake talked to us, we didn't have a language before, it started talking to us, we tried to talk to it, just like a cat or a dog, a parrot, rewires the brain then, right? Able to give commands, right? And we know that when you spell a word, it's spelling, so it's a spell, right? So you're casting an enchantment on someone. So when you speak, that is why it has a vibration to it. Like, that's why it has so much effect to it, because it is a vibration, right? Depending on how you say it, your tone, the inflection. There's many different factors that go into determining how someone responds to it. Also, themselves, right? Because each individual person is unique. We're all like little transmitters and emitters, just like them Wi-Fi towers. Very similar in a way. Hence the reason why they're able to affect us so easily. But yeah, I was thinking, so like when people talk about biblical scripture, I mean, if you do enough research, you see that it's all just written by scribes. If you think God came down and then said, here's a book, that's absolutely ridiculous. If anything, it was a fake idol that came down, if you want to go on that path. It was a fake idol, or just a person that came down, an entity, whatever. And it could be the AI, who knows? The AI could be the djinn, archons. It could be a combination. Because I know that Satan is really just the shaytaan. It's very close. You even notice it when they do the reverse speech and people in music and stuff like that, or even Obama when he was like, "Hail Satan." It's almost like they're saying shaytaan, because that's what it is. It's shaytaan. It's a group of djinn. But people that are of a certain religious sect think it's Satan. Now, if you go into the Islamic text, they talk about the jinn. They know the difference. That's one of the reasons why there's so many different religions. They're explaining the same thing through different means, through different lenses. It's the same thing. But it doesn't mean there's one person. That's like saying that the government is one person. It's not. It's a bunch of people. Satan, aka Shaytan, is a bunch of entities. Apparently now, if you want to get into some speculation, it's a group of rogue entities that kind of went off their path. But I mean, that's just like saying a bunch of rebels. Who are they? Oh, they're a bunch of rebels, or they're like they like to say now, domestic terrorists, right? But I don't want to say that because I call myself a rebel and then I'm associating myself, right? So that's just like boom, shoot myself in the foot. That's like using a double-edged sword. It's just, But what my point of this is that, one, people keep using biblical scripture as if it wasn't written as a prophecy. That's what it's for. It's there to, A, control the populace by getting them to, giving them answers to questions that everyone has, like, where did I come from? Who am I? What is this place? Those things. Once they fill those blanks for you, it's just like a fill-in-the-blank questionnaire. You got A, B, C, D. It doesn't mean that either one of those is right, or you don't know. So they fill in the blanks. And then that's what you believe. And that's why you go to school when you're so early, because your brain is still trying to figure stuff out, so they get you early. And it's not a conspiracy theory. I guess you could say it's a conspiracy, but I mean, that word is just thrown around so much, it's lost all meaning. There's a more appropriate term for what's going on there, you know? That's just blanketing it. That's like saying someone got killed, so it was a hate crime or it was a gang-related thing. That's so blanket. You're not actually explaining what happened, why it happened, you know? Or you don't know. It's just what I'm thinking.